Hey guys, Scott here. This is a very non-educational, frankly ranting and pointless video, but something I just want to talk about because it's killing me. It's this stuff right here. This is the modern Dead by Daylight. The killer queues are just always abysmally terrible. This is just regular DBD. It's like 8 minutes for me now. And the event 2v8 mode, it's 33 minutes, prime time, middle of the day. Like, I don't understand how it's gotten this bad. So I was sitting there thinking about it. Why have killer queues just gotten terrible? Because they have never been this consistently bad ever in the 10 years that DBD has existed. Well, that's not true. There have been a couple of random instances, but this is the most it's been consistently bad over a period of like half a year or more. And I'm trying to think what has happened, because like occasionally you get spikes and stuff like that. That's normal. When a new killer comes out, there's always a spike of worst killer queue times, especially if it's a killer only paragraph and there's no survivor, things like that. That is, that has always happened over the course of the game's history, but it's never been consistently between releases still this bad. And the only thing that has changed in the past year is play while you wait. That is the only thing I can think of that is causing this to be so much worse than it used to be, because it's the only variable. What else could this possibly be? It's not like there's less people playing DBD or anything. In fact, the DBD is doing great. It's got, 80, 90,000 average players every day. It's doing fantastic. That's just on Steam alone. It's got double that on console. So, it's not that there's not enough people playing. It's that there's an improper ratio of roles being selected. And first of all, this does sort of say that killer clearly is not as bad as a lot of people say it is, because there are just so many people playing killer that the queue times are literally 100 times worse than survivor queue times. That's not even an exaggeration. They are literally 100 times worse. So obviously killer can't be in that terrible of a state for as many complaints as you might see about, stuff here and there. It can't be that bad if there's that many people that still want to play killer. Personally, I am sick of killer right now, but it's not because it's like wildly unbalanced or unfair. It's because still, just people are disconnecting every fucking game. I wait 8 minutes in queue to have someone disconnect on first down, and then I have 7 minutes of a doomed match where I'm bored out of my mind. Like, the only way I've been enjoying DBD the past month is just been playing 4-man Survive with Friends with my chat, because it's the only way I can guarantee I won't have a survivor disconnect in the match. It's the only possible method that I can assure myself some sanity and make sure there won't be a disconnect. Hell, the killer might disconnect, but at least, it's not a survivor disconnecting, and if the killer disconnects, the match is just over. So that's the only thing I've been doing, and, it's not particularly great for stream or anything like that, because that's just, there's no variety. It's the only thing I'm fucking doing. It's the only thing I can stand right now. But having an 8-minute killer queue and then just leading into a doomed match, which seems like half the time is what happens, it's just been mentally draining, man. It's just, I've been playing DBD less and less because of it. And yeah, I think the only variable here is the play while you wait feature. Now, why did that make it so much worse? Because the thing is, play while you wait was never really meant to make queue times better for killer. It was never meant to do that. It was meant to give you something to do while you are waiting in queue. That's the only purpose it's ever really meant to have served there. So it's not like, I'm going back on, previous statements on it. The thing is, the truth is, it's never meant to make killer queues better. But I didn't count on it making them so much worse. I legit did not think that would happen, because you're still having people queue for the same amount of matches overall. You're just playing a match while you're in queue. But I think what's happening is, while people are queued as killer and they play a survivor match, there's maybe a minute window in between where if they had not queued for that match, they would have gotten a killer match like a minute sooner, which means over time, that number with millions of players or whatever and millions of matches being had compounds into what we have right now, which is a much, much worse queue time for killers. And the thing is, you can't even say, like, how do you fix this? Because this is not an objectively bad thing for a lot of people. If you are perfectly happy, any day just playing killer or playing survivor, you don't have a preference of any role or anything like that, then this is great for you, because you're never really having downtime. You want to play killer, but you don't mind playing Survivor either. You just queue up as Survivor while you're queued for Killer. And then you get a best of both worlds and you're just happy. You're never bored. You're always having something to happen. But if you're in the mood to like only play Killer because there's like a new Killer release or something like that, there is no method for you to not have a ridiculously bad queue. You either force yourself to play the role that you currently don't want to play, or you're just going to sit there and wait for 10 minutes. And so that's why it's a hard thing to fix, because it's not like a universal problem. It's not like everyone is upset about this, because it only affects people that at that current moment want to only play Killer. And again, I play both sides and stuff like that, but there are times like, when the Judgment comes out, for example, I'm not going to want to play Survivor for a month. I'm just only going to want to play that Killer. But I'm going to have this same issue here when I'm waiting in queue longer than the entire duration of the match. And it's because of play while you wait. So I can't even say they need to remove it like it's made things worse or anything like that, because it just simply hasn't made things worse. It's just made things worse for one specific demographic of player. So I don't know how you fix this. I just know this is the only variable that has changed in the past, year that could warrant this. Because like I said, there's never been a period of time with queue times being this consistently bad. That's it. I don't really have anything else to say for this video. I just think play while you wait currently right now is really dampening my experience combined with Survivor's DCing, because I'm waiting very long for a match that ends up just being shit anyway. So very, very burnt out period. I'm excited for Judgment, but like the next 2 weeks are going to be rough. That's it. Bye.